Hello everyone, hope you guys are having amazing day. XRP is at around 64 cents, guys. Definitely in the green today, as we see. Beautiful, finally. Now, I did throw in a leveraged long. Was it yesterday or 2 days ago, guys? I don't even remember. I think it was 2 days ago at around 62 cents. Now, I may show you guys because just to be transparent, but I don't want to really, because I don't want people to be influenced to trade and whatnot, guys, right? This is my first trade after literally almost 2 years or so. Just because I found the opportunity, guys. I hope, and you guys can see Bitcoin at 30k. Wow, I hope we literally pump until we see the damn collapse occur finally, guys. Now, right off the bat, right, not financial advice, we see here from XRP. You guys remember when Mr. Poole did tweet out glitch, guys? Oh, and by the way, the decoders aren't leaving, right? Or at least some aren't, guys. It seems like they're still here. But remember glitch, because XRP just price glitched to $146.78, guys, right? Supposedly another glitch occurred with the price, with XRP, the digital asset XRP, guys, right? I don't know, guys, but over here shows a comma, not a dot, right? So this was definitely a glitch, guys, right? Some type of issues. Now, do glitches show a glimpse of the future price of an asset is the real question. Possibly, guys, but remember, a glitch can just merely be a glitch, not financial advice, right? Now, so we have a lot to talk about in today's video, guys. A lot. Okay, so pay attention very carefully. Right, Mr. Intuitive tweets out Chinese developers crashing Italian banks. In the red, guys. What's happening over here?
What's up, fam? The Chinese property market's collapsing. The Italian banks are flashing red. Are
the Chinese developers crashing?
The U.S. banks next. But don't worry. The aliens are coming.
Right. Things are moving. Things are moving fairly quickly here, guys. As we see, everything is just fine, guys, right? Just banks losing deposits and getting closer to requiring FDIC intervention. Why? Moody's downgrades 10 United States banks, warns of possible cuts to others. Right? Guys, when Jim Cramer shows up at your local bank branch, watch out. Isn't it weird, guys, that there's so much warning signs, but the crypto market and stock market is just pumping? We told you guys, everything's literally flipped on its head, guys. Bad news has turned into good news. This is the craziest thing of my life. Now, Moody's cut the credit ratings of a host of small and mid-sized United States banks late Monday and placed several big Wall Street names on negative review. Why? Because look where the world's heading towards, guys, right? They want to collapse everything. I believe so at one point in time. Who knows, though? The firm lowered the ratings of 10 United States banks by one rung, while major lenders, Bank of New York Mellon, United States Bank Corp, State Street, Trust Financial, and a few others are now under review for a potential downgrade, right? Moody's also changed its outlook to negative for 11 banks, including Capital One and a few others. Wow, guys. So over here, they're talking about interest rates and whatnot, guys. But we do know that back in, what was it, March, right here, collapse of Silicon Valley Bank, right? UBS, Credit Suisse. Back on March 2023, banks were imploding in real time. Don't worry, guys. There's going to be more bank failures on the horizon, right? To have a concentration of the bigger banks, right? A consolidation towards the bigger banks that will buy the that'll eat up the smaller ones, guys, right? Now, my friend Blondie tweeted out, in the blink of an eye, everything will be flipped on its head. Banks not safe, United States not safe, EU not safe as well, guys, right? So the major event it seems like we are waiting towards, guys. This is why XRP hasn't mooned or anything. I believe so, because from Mr. Poole a long damn time ago, we have to wait till banks literally implode, United States implodes, EU implodes. Overnight it happens. It says right here, right? So everything will be flipped on its head. So if everything's already flipped on its head, guys, and nothing makes sense, imagine when all this happens. That's when it truly begins, it seems as, right? And supposedly, I guess the phoenix rises after that event. Who knows, guys? But Italy intentionally causing a banking crisis as well, right? This is the craziest thing, guys. Check this out. Again, remember, these are contagion issues, right? It's going to be happening all over the world, it seems as. Check this out, guys. These are all the warning signs, by the way, until it one day literally collapses. Punicio Vice.
Government has spooked markets with an unexpected windfall tax on banks' profits, and we're going to cross over to the reporter for a focus, of course, and the details in terms of that surprise move by Giorgia Meloni and her cabinet. I believe we have a reporter standing by who's going to break this story down for us as you look, of course, at the selling pressure on those Italian lenders. Let's bring in our Western Europe economy reporter, Alessandro Migliaccio in Rome. Alessandro, what happened then?
What happened? A big surprise. This was really unexpected. There had been some noise in the government about doing something like this, but it was not in any of the drafts we'd seen, not in any of the drafts any of the senior government reporters had seen, even the ones close to the government. So it seems to be some kind of coup, if you can't put it that way, from the populist part of Meloni's government. Deputy Minister Salvini, who's a leader of the League Party, he announced the move. It was not the finance minister, Giorgetti, and neither did the finance minister actually go to the press conference late last night. So we were a bit surprised. Salvini did say that Giorgetti proposed this, but it's very strange that he would, because of the impact that it's going to have on banks. I mean, clearly, if this norm really comes about, and I say that because in the past there have been attempts to do things like this, and usually companies have gone to the courts, and the courts have not been kind about retroactive, this kind of retroactive norm. But if it works out, I mean, it could take, it could have a 19% impact on bank earnings, according to some of the analysts we spoke to. So it's a very big deal and definitely a surprise.
A 19% impact potentially on bank earnings. That is, as you say, of course, significant. Why were investors taken by surprise around this policy, given the populist nature of this government?
I think because part of the government, I mean, there's two things. One, the government has so far been pretty reasonable. They've been very careful not to upset markets. And indeed, things like spreads, which is a big indicator.
Well, basically, guys, at one point in time, all banks will collapse, right? And supposedly the reason why this happened over here with Italy is because of some type of windfall tax, right? Last week Fitch, oh yeah, here we go. Last week, remember Fitch, they downgraded the United States long-term credit rating and markets tanked. Then JP Morgan said they no longer expect a recession and markets tanked. Today, Moody's downgraded regional banks credit ratings and markets tanked. Are markets worried about a credit events, guys, right? Most definitely, people are worried about the implosion of the system. Most definitely, guys, right? If you're not worried, then you're probably under a rock and thinking everything's just purely fine. But it's not, guys, right? These are definitely the warning signs. When literally Italian banks plummeted, guys, right? And are still, I guess, at this point in time because of this tax that's taking place. Analysts estimate it will wipe 19% from bank earnings, right? Lots of things are changing. Now, all at the same time, Archie tweets out the image of the New York Stock Exchange. I think this is the stock market. What will happen to the stock market? Turning reddish, guys. Red and green everywhere, guys, right? And over here, it literally shows panic, right? Panic in the New York Stock Exchange or Wall Street, right? And again, when the collapse or the catastrophic crisis happens, guys, this is what's going to happen, guys. Literally, right? The world's control room. Now, all while those events are taking place, China hacked into Japan's military defense network, right? The cyber attack narrative is brewing. The war narrative as well, possibly, right? The hacking narrative. Power cut Washington D.C. Flight cancellations, power cut, and flood alert issued as strong storms arrive, guys. Crazy, isn't it? Now, another one. On alert, 130 million brace for powerful storms as nation's capital sees highest threat in 10 years. 130 million is 13. That's a 1, so 113. That's a destruction or Boris number. Something's gonna have to happen from Donald Trump right here.
Something's gonna have to happen because people are not gonna take it much longer. There's two sets of justice, and we don't have to go into it, but nobody's ever seen what's happening today in our country. And something's gonna have to happen.
Again, something's gonna have to happen, guys, right? Or what if nothing happens? That's what Eminem said. I don't know. Bob Buckley's like that tweet, guys. Maybe we're going to see that at one point in time. But today is an 8/8 day, guys, right? Supposedly today is Lionsgate 88 portal day. High frequency energies are beamed to Earth, activating awakenings, cosmic downloads, and intuitive abilities, right? So supposedly today is a portal day, guys. And then from David Shore's 888 right there, right? Today's 8 and 8 or 8/8. Alchemists of the old ages were using the infinity symbol as a purifying glyph. They refer to it as the name of the great world serpent surrounding the earth. It also represented the element of mercury, which is known as an element that can run through any kind of matter. Snakes being animals shedding off their old skin. Periodically in a cyclic manner to renew themselves. Their physical existence is a perfect analogy for life being recreated out of death. In other words, for rebirth through death, guys, right? A lot of connections today because of this event right here, supposedly. Another one right here, who's ready, right? We see right here, August 8th is this type of 49% illumination for the moon. And supposedly Jake Paul has this as well, right? When we talk about half moons and full moons, we have seen them before from the Riddler's point of view, right? The phoenix begins to rise June 20th. If you take all the letters right here, the phoenix begins to rise June 20th. 2 is B. It comes out to 8 and 8 today. But the phoenix will not rise until, I believe, this event happens right here, right? Literally all these events take place. And one more thing, it will not rise until XRP decouples from Bitcoin, right? Until that happens truly and 100%, guys, it will not happen. Unfortunately, it takes more than a loss to win. Bitcoin drags every other cryptocurrency with it. Price manipulation at its finest, guys. Exactly, right? There you guys go. The proof is in the damn pudding. Now, well, Bob Cox is enjoying his long weekend. Look what happened here, right? The fountain for today's video comes from Bob Cox because PayPal unveiled their new PayPal USD, right? The USD connects to the timeline, guys. Crazy. Wow. Exactly. I don't know if that's even sustainable, but we'll just have to wait and see. Not financial, let's see what happens in the future. But anyways, that's what you guys amazingness. See ya.